Welcome back to Red Devils Talk. A 1-0 win in the Champions League. Erik ten Hag's first win in the Champions League with Manchester United, and a win that we definitely needed. It changes the way we look at the group stages now. There is a definite chance for us to qualify, but the way we did it was not the best way, but we did it yet again. Another game where we don't play well, but we get the win. That in itself is a good characteristic to have, but it also pinpoints quite a few issues. Harry Maguire getting the goal, giving credit where credit is due, and Onana with the penalty save at the end to win us the game in its ultimate form. And on a night that was so emotional, with the way the tribute was for Sir Bobby Charlton, it looked like it was meant to be, with the way we won the game at the end, with the way we got and kept a clean sheet. 3 wins in a row. Now, that in itself looks good, but we haven't played well in these 3 games. But I first want to firstly focus on Maguire. Now, here is a player that we know was not supposed to be at the club. He was supposed to be sold, etc. But he continued to perform for England. And yes, he said a few things that might have been infuriating. He might have said a few things that are not true. But for the past 3 games, he has performed. And there is a consistency now. And Erik ten Hag himself said after the game that he's now dominating his opponents. We know that he dominates in the air and scored with a header. But he's now making the right passes. He's making the right decisions defensively. And you can't knock him for that. You have to give credit. And if he continues to play well consistently, he has to be in the team. We play City next, and you ask yourself the question, the stats show that him and Varane have not lost the game in the last 2 years when they've played together. Another stat that for the past 3 games he's played, he assisted McTominay's winner. He basically got the man of the match against Sheffield. And against Copenhagen last night, he gets the winning goal and a good performance. And alongside Varane at that. So you have to play him against City. It would be difficult to say, oh, you have to play your best players, and Lindelof is quite more mobile and should play alongside Varane. But Maguire has performed alongside Varane, and he has performed the last few games. So you have to look at keeping him in the team and allow him to continue this form and the consistency. Now, he might not be good enough to be at the club in the long term, but right now he is performing, and he has to play on Sunday against City, alongside Varane. That has to be the centre back partnership, mainly because of familiarity and because they've played well together and have showed the evidence of that. So you have to trust that they can do that again, and we are playing at home, so that does give them confidence, especially the way we won the game. Andre Onana, not just the penalty save, but in the game itself. Yes, there were long balls that he played completely out to touch, but he made crucial saves. There was a very, very good save that he made immediately when the second half started. And once again, we're not tracking runners and basically leaving men open on the edge of the box. A free shot, and he basically made a crucial save and made further saves after that. And then, of course, ultimately, when it all looked like the game was done, that we are going to get a win, a penalty was given, in my opinion, not a penalty. I don't think that's a penalty because one, it wasn't a high foot, and two, McTominay doesn't even see him coming. He has to go for the ball, but he doesn't see him coming. Plus, the player himself was not trying to head the ball. He jumped in and basically was looking to try and get out of the way of McTominay clearing the ball. So it's not a penalty, but it was given, and it looked a lot like we were going to draw the game. But we had to continue believing, and we did. And you would say that the spirit of Sir Bobby Charlton was there last night, and Onana made the save. And he deserves that. He deserves to redeem himself, him and Maguire, for everything they've been through, for the way they've been treated, for the way they've showed their professionalism. Unlike Sancho, I have to put it out there, who still has not shall I say, apologized to Ten Hag and shown a professional attitude to work to get back in the team, Maguire and Onana, regardless of the mistakes, regardless of how they were treated off the pitch, basically stayed professional, worked hard, and are now performing and reaping the rewards of their hard work. And we see that in the game. And you can say Maguire improved. And Onana making that save, it must give him confidence. We play City at home, and that definitely will give him the confidence to go out there and be the goalkeeper that we know he can be. He got man of the match in the Champions League final against City. And if not for lack of finishing by Inter, he probably would have been a Champions League winning goalkeeper with Inter. But he made excellent saves in that final and showed his true qualities. So we know that he is a world-class goalkeeper, but confidence was an issue. And after a penalty save like that, definitely must give him confidence. Christian Eriksen coming on, changing the game with the way he controlled it and with the way he played football. But we know this. But it's difficult for him to start a game because of his lack of a physical presence. He doesn't tackle, he wouldn't really win a header, and he doesn't have any mobility. So in himself, coming off from the bench in the past few games, he's shown his qualities, and has played the ball quite well, and has last night. He won us the game with that beautiful cross, that beautiful assist for Maguire. So Eriksen can change the game for us for the better, but starting him, especially against a team like City, would leave us at a disadvantage, and evidence of that is in the FA Cup final of last season. The midfield seems to be imbalanced in my opinion. Ten Hag still does not know exactly which his best midfield three is. Whether that be Amrabat with McTominay and Bruno, whether it be Amrabat, Casemiro and Bruno, whether it be Casemiro, McTominay and Bruno, Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno, Bruno, Mount and Amrabat, or Casemiro, Mount and Bruno. There's so many different midfield threes that he can play, but there doesn't seem to be a balance, and he needs to figure that out before Sunday. Otherwise, we are going to get ran through once again. A player like Matheus Nunes played for Wolves at the beginning of the season and ran through our midfield at Old Trafford, and is going to have an opportunity to do so again if we do not get a balanced midfield. And Casemiro will be back, which is a good thing, and we will look to see him and Amrabat next to each other, because Reguilon is back, so he will probably start on Sunday for us to have a natural left back. So it's going to be a tough game on Sunday, but getting a win last night in the Champions League was absolutely crucial. It was a massive win, and we needed that. And as I said, 3 wins in a row, we are starting to build some confidence. We are starting to build some foundation to move on and continue this consistency throughout the season. And players are returning from injury that will give us an added boost. So it looks good right now, but Erik ten Hag definitely has issues in the way we play that he has and needs to sort out before Sunday, and of course continuing for the rest of the season. But subscribe to the channel, drop a like. Thank you for joining me, and of course till we see each other again soon, bye bye Red Devils. Thanks for watching. If you want more content on Manchester United, like, share and subscribe.